Okay, everyone, and welcome back to another Technocamps Scratch tutorial. And today, what we're going to be looking at is the sound blocks in Scratch. So we're going to have a look at these sound blocks, find out how to use them, how we can add sounds to our programs, and how we can manipulate those sounds using the blocks and the sound editor. So first of all, we're just going to drag in a when the green flag is clicked block so that we can actually play our sound. And we'll drag in a play sound meow until done. So this is the first default sound that Scratch gives to you. And if we click the green flag, we can hear a meow go off. Now, you'll also notice there's a very similar looking block, start sound meow. So what's the difference between these two? If I click the green flag again, it seems to work exactly the same way. But let's find out the difference between these by pulling in a say block. And I'm going to get Scratch the Cat to say meow, if I can spell it. So let's pop that in, and when the green flag is clicked, start the sound meow and say meow. And if we have a look at our stage, when I click the green flag, Scratch says meow. Brilliant. I'm going to just get an empty say block to clear my screen. And let's try that again with the play sound meow until done. If I click the green flag now and we give the screen a watch. Now there's a difference. Now Scratch didn't say meow until the sound had stopped. We can try that again. So there we go. So play sound meow until done will play the entire sound and then move on with the code. Whereas start sound meow starts to play the sound and immediately moves to the next block. Okay, we can look at that again. And there we go. He says it straight away. So these are two very useful blocks and they behave in slightly different ways. Sometimes you might want to play a sound and immediately carry on with your program. But other times, maybe you want a character to make a sound or something to make a sound on screen before carrying on with the rest of the code. So two very useful blocks with a very slight difference in how they work, but worth being aware of that. Also with our start sound meow, we've got a block that says stop all sounds. So let's try and put all three of these together and see what happens when I click the green flag. Can you hear that very short little beep? It's starting to play the sound, but is very quickly getting to the stop all sounds block. And so it stops it before you even hear any sort of meow. If I instead change my code to add a wait 0.1 seconds, a tenth of a second, and then we stop all sounds, let's listen again. So again, you've got the start of that meow, but the sound is very quickly stopped. Again, another very useful block. Maybe you want some sound playing in the background, but when something happens in your program, you want to stop that sound. Maybe you've got a sound playing on loop repeatedly, like a piece of music, and then this block allows you to stop that music whenever you want. So they're the first three blocks of our sounds category. And if we click on this drop-down menu, it will give us all of the other sounds that we have in the program. Right now, we do only have meow, but we can record our own. So I'll click record and it asks me to use my mic. And if I click the record button, I can record my own sound. Hello. There we go. It records me saying the word hello. Now, at the minute, this is a very long recording. Hello. And I don't really need all this start and end. All I actually want is the word hello. So I can use these arrows here to trim out my sound. And let's just keep the part where that actual sound happens.
Hello.
There we go, a lot shorter, a lot better. So I'll click save, and this takes me through to the sound tab at the top. I'm going to call this recording hello. And you can see that the sounds category, the sounds tab at the top even, is just like the costumes and code. It is unique to every sprite and every backdrop. So that means all of your characters and all of your backgrounds can have their own sounds, which is a very useful thing. So yeah, only Scratch the Cat has access to this hello recording that I've made. And on this sound tab, we have a lot of other buttons, just like we've got the ability to edit our costumes and change the colors and the way things look. We can change the way our sounds sound. So I can play the sound I have here. Oh, that's the meow. Maybe we'll change the hello.
Hello.
There we go. I can make it faster.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
And notice how when I make it faster, the pitch of my voice goes up.
Hello. Hello.
I can also make it slower.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
And notice how deep my voice goes when I slow down that sound. Let's
Hello.
put it back to normal.
Hello.
Hello.
There we go. I can make my voice louder.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Or I can make it softer.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
And nice and quiet.
Hello. Hello.
I can make my voice fade in.
Hello.
I make it a bit louder.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Notice how it gets louder as it goes.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
I can also have it fade out.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Okay, so we can adjust those sounds like that. Now, with the fade in and fade out,
Hello.
notice how if I do a fade in,
Hello.
a fade out doesn't just do the opposite.
Hello.
It actually flattens the entire sound. Unlike the faster, slower, louder, softer, they're sort of the opposite of each other. And so you can click the other one to take it back a step. But with fade in and fade out and the other ones, that's not true. So I've got the undo button up here. And I can click that lots and lots of times and take it all the way back to how that first sound sounded.
Hello. Hello.
There we go.
Hello.
And I'm back at my original recording. I can also reverse the sound and play it backwards.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, or I can make myself sound like a robot.
Hello.
And if I keep clicking the robot one, the sound is going to get really messed up. Okay, until it doesn't even sound like the word hello anymore.
Hello.
Okay, one other thing I can do is I can copy and delete parts of this. So if I select a part of it, maybe I just want to get rid of that H sound at the start. I think that's about this much. I'm going to delete that and now play it.
Hello. Hello.
So, hello. I could delete the end of it as well if I wanted.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Now I just say low. And I can reverse that.
Well.
And maybe I'll select the entire thing. I'll copy it. I'm going to go right to the end. And I'm going to paste it. And I'm going to reverse it. And I go right to the end. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to go right to the end. I'm going to paste it. And I'm going to reverse it. So now my voice should bounce back and forth.
Hello.
There we go. So you can have a lot of fun messing with the sounds in Scratch and making your own ones and making all sorts of different sounds, whether you record them or just like backgrounds, you've got this menu as well. You can record a new one, you can upload a sound from your computer, or you can search through all the sounds available. And there are a lot of sounds. Okay, we've got so many sounds. Okay, so we could do anything. We can add that pew, and we can reverse it. Okay, and we can do all sorts of things here. Fabulous. So that's our sounds tab, and that's how you edit and add new sounds. And back in our code, if we now look at this drop-down menu, we have that hello and that pew sound added. Now, just like we could make the recording faster and slower, which remember made my voice sound either higher or lower.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, we can do the same by using these change and set pitch effect. If I start off, I'm going to get rid of the start sound, but I'm going to set the pitch to 100 and then play the sound meow. And that's a much more high-pitched sound than that one. Okay, now remember setting pitch. If I set pitch 3 times in a row, that is the same as just setting it once. There's no difference. Just like on our looks last term, where we had the change and set color effect. Well, setting the pitch just happens once. Once it's set and you set it to the same number, then nothing has changed. But if you change a sound over and over again, so we'll change the pitch once, play meow, then we'll change the pitch twice and play meow, then we should be able to hear the difference. There we go. See, it was higher the second time. So we can change the pitch within the code, but that is the only change that we can really do. There is another one that you can do, but it's probably not of much use in school because you don't have any real ability to do it on a Chromebook, and that is pan left to right. Now, what that means is if you're wearing headphones, the sound will go from the left ear to the right ear. It will move from one speaker to the other. Now, that can be really hard to notice on a laptop. I can't really notice it on mine right here. But if you had a pair of headphones, that is what would happen. Okay, and then, of course, we also have the clear sound effects, which will get rid of them. So if I set the pitch to 100, play the sound pew, then clear the sound effects, and again play pew, we'll hear that effect disappear. There we go. See how we got higher on the first one, and then it went back to normal. And then, of course, the last couple of blocks are change and set volume. I'm sure everyone understands that. If you make the volume higher, the sound will get louder. So we'll play it at 100% first. Then we'll play it at 50%. And the second time should be quieter. There we go. It's quieter on the second run. And the same with change volume will work the same as change effect. And the final block is this one that says volume. Now we've seen blocks like this before. If we look at motion, we had the positions and direction of our character. Under looks, we had the costume numbers and the size of the sprite. And with volume, we can get our character, we get Scratch to say the volume. So let's play it normally and say the volume. And then we'll set the volume to 10%. We'll play it again and get Scratch to say it again. Okay, and if we see now, so Scratch says the higher volume first time, We'll have to add one to see that again. So let's set it to 100. There we go. So this is a great block because it allows you to know the volume of things in your program. And maybe you only want something to happen if the volume is very loud. Or you want to set something else to the side, to the level of the volume. Maybe if it's 100% volume, your character should be really big. But if it's only 10% volume, Scratch should look really small. So maybe we'll change the size of Scratch. So set size to volume instead. Instead of saying hello, let's set Scratch's size to the volume. There we go, set size to the size of the volume, and we can play it again. And there we go, Scratch goes really small when he makes a quieter sound. Okay, so that is all the sound blocks, guys. It's quite a nice and easy category. And the most fun we can have is over here in the Sounds tab, where we can make our own and change what they sound like. Well, I hope everyone else found that very useful, and I will be back with you soon with the blocks from the Events category, and we'll see how all of them work.